You can have a finger scoop of Nutella.
One finger scoop of Nutella.
Fair.
Nutella is one of those foods people are obsessed with. There are plenty of knockoffs available, but if you're a true Nutella-holic, those would never cut it. So we're dipping into everyone's favorite hazelnut spread and giving you the top 10 untold truths of Nutella.
You'll see. It's gonna be great. Trust me.
There is a lot of Nutella going around.
Yeah, is that useful to you?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
It's no secret that Nutella is a beloved food staple all over the world. According to the Nutella website, the amount of Nutella produced and sold in a year could circle the entire world 1.8 times. Not only that, but the site also says that if you piled up the total amount of Nutella produced in a year, it would weigh the same as the Empire State Building. That's about 365,000 tons.
That's a lot of math for someone who's not interested.
When you put it all into perspective, it's no wonder there are so many Nutella-holics out there. Nutella is available all over the world and is a beloved staple in almost every country, so it's no surprise that people purchase this much of it. In fact, there have even been some Nutella pop-up shops in some of the major cities across the US, such as the one that happened on National Pancake Day in February 2020. Who needs syrup anyway? Load up those flapjacks with a hefty dose of Nutella. In Chicago, the world's first Nutella cafe opened in May 2017, completely owned and operated by the Ferrero Group. Guests can come and enjoy all things Nutella with delicious baked goods, take-home treats, and more.
You gotta go out and get it.
Hazelnuts and Nutella. What if we were to tell you that 25% of the world's hazelnut supply goes to producing Nutella? Well, probably not a huge surprise, since we just pointed out that you could circle the entire world with the amount of Nutella people buy every year. Considering that every jar contains 50 hazelnuts, this massive chunk of the hazelnut industry makes sense. If you happen to be in the hazelnut growing business, you probably have Nutella to thank for a large portion of your profits. Nutella was born in the region of Piedmont, Italy, which is known for specializing in hazelnut farming. Pietro Ferrero, who invented your favorite chocolaty spread, was simply capitalizing on the resources he had available to him when he developed the first form of Nutella. It obviously worked. Things just wouldn't be the same without all of those hazelnuts stuffed inside every jar. World Nutella Day. Yes, World Nutella Day is actually a real thing.
Yes! Come on!
It's on February 5th, so don't forget to mark your calendar. There's an official website and everything. It was started by American blogger Sarah Rosso, but it's now run by the company itself. Rosso originally got the whole event started because she loved Nutella so much that she wanted everyone else to celebrate with her. Perhaps she just wanted to make herself feel better about her own Nutella obsession. Either way, she's clearly not alone, because many other people began to join in and celebrate in their own ways, catching the attention of the Ferrero Group itself, who naturally had to have a hand in operations once things got underway.
Excellent.
Suggested ways to celebrate include writing a song about Nutella, taking photos of your Nutella, giving Nutella to someone you love, hosting a Nutella party, and obviously eating lots of Nutella. If there is any day when eating Nutella right out of the jar by the spoonful is appropriate and even encouraged, it's February 5th, World Nutella Day. There is a market for Nutella locks. Do you love Nutella but hate sharing it? Or maybe you find that your Nutella keeps disappearing in your home because your roommates, kids, or spouse keep getting a hold of it?
Where's my food?
Well, if this sounds familiar, then you're in luck. We've got a solution for you: the Nutella lock. That's right, someone actually made a lock specifically for your jar of Nutella, and there is actually a market for it. Believe it or not, there are actually plenty of versions of the Nutella lock available, but they all use the same premise. Each one features a piece of plastic that sits on top of your Nutella jar with a little device that locks the plastic, so you need the code or key to get into the jar. Everything inside stays protected and safe from hungry roommates, sneaky siblings, or even parents looking for a sweet treat. If you head to Etsy, you can actually find a whole world of Nutella products that you can keep for yourself or gift to that Nutella-holic in your life. There's everything from little Nutella earrings to personalized spreading spoons and even personalized mini jars. This just takes the Nutella fascination to an entirely new level.
This basically means that you're dreaming, but you don't know it.
Don't call Nutella chocolate cream.
Do you know who I am?
According to Italian law, the correct terminology for Nutella and various other spreads is extremely serious business. In Italy, Nutella is only allowed to be called hazelnut cream. You're not allowed to call it chocolate cream. Why? Because it doesn't meet the minimum required content of cocoa solids to be called chocolate cream. You'd think this really wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the fact that it had to be part of the law shows that people in Italy really take their Nutella seriously.
No, you cannot joke about that.
Or their chocolate. And they don't want any imposters out there. Here's a fun fact. When Nutella was invented by Pietro Ferrero, Italy was facing a shortage of cocoa powder after World War II. It was because of this shortage that Ferrero started looking for something to blend with the cocoa powder he had to make his product supply go further. That's when the hazelnuts came in, and it's for this reason that hazelnuts are the more dominant ingredient in the recipe. So it's all due to a cocoa shortage that we have the Nutella spread we all love today. And since then, Nutella hasn't changed. And that's probably for the best, because if it did, there would likely be a lot of angry people around the world. Nutella in your Ferrero Rochers.
She's alive! Alive!
As we've mentioned, Nutella was invented by Italian chocolate king Pietro Ferrero. The hazelnut spread was then perfected by his son, Michel Ferrero. These two are also responsible for the creation of Ferrero Rocher chocolates, and their company, the Ferrero Group, still owns the products. But did you know that the chocolaty layer around the hazelnut inside those round Ferrero Rocher's chocolates is actually Nutella? That's right. Tucked inside the signature golden wrapper of these popular high-quality chocolates is your favorite sugary spread. Chances are, if you're a Nutella-holic, you probably can't get enough of Ferrero Rocher's chocolates. It makes sense, considering the company invented Nutella before they invented the signature chocolate we all know and love. Why not put one thing people love right into another thing people love and save yourself some production costs in the process? The Ferrero Group also owns Kinder, another chocolate brand that includes indulgent hazelnut treats. On a somewhat related note, the company also owns Tic Tacs. Is it only a matter of time before we see a Nutella-flavored Tic Tac? Let's hope even the most ardent Nutella fans know when to draw the line.
The line must be drawn here!
Nutella and the fridge.
Where will you be?
Right here.
Nutella is not supposed to go into the fridge. Chances are, if you've already tried this before, you'll know why. As we already discussed, Nutella is packed with sugar. That high sugar content allows Nutella to preserve its shelf life without the need for refrigeration. It'll be super edible and delicious right up until that best before date. But chances are, it won't last that long anyway. If you do try putting it in the fridge, good luck spreading it on anything once you take it out. When Nutella spread gets cold, the palm oil hardens. That means the Nutella hardens, and it's no longer that rich, creamy texture that goes so well on toast. As we all know, hard spreads plus toast equals fail. The long shelf life is one of the things that has made Nutella so appealing in the first place. In Italy, when Nutella was invented in 1946, it still wasn't super common for people to have fridges in their homes because they were still relatively expensive at the time. People could easily buy the spread and safely keep it in their cupboards if they couldn't afford a refrigerator. To this day, it's a popular custom for people in Europe to purchase foods fresh daily instead of relying on the fridge to keep it all preserved. Nutella just makes things easier. I mean, the quicker it spreads, the sooner we get to take a bite. Imported and domestic versions of Nutella.
Come to our Liberty Center and get a free juice and Nutella sandwich.
Nutella lovers living in North America who have sampled the European version, this is the original, may have noticed that it tastes a little different when made at home. A side-by-side comparison would show that the ingredients are all the same, so why do people still think that the Italian delicacy tastes better when imported from Europe rather than made on North American soil?
Nutella, spread the happy.
Some die-hard Nutella aficionados believe that the North American version tastes sweeter and has less of the hazelnut taste than the European one. Fortunately, if this concerns you, you're not the only one. A reporter at the Washington Post is clearly a Nutella lover because they launched an investigation to figure out what gives. The writer actually went to an Italian pastry chef to get to the bottom of it, but they didn't really get a clear answer. They established that, yes, there is a difference, but that it probably has something to do with the way the hazelnuts are roasted or the number of trans fats in the European version. If this is something you care about, you can always perform your own taste test right at home. Buy some of the European Nutella from an Italian import supplier and another jar from your local supermarket and see if you can taste a difference. Even if you can't, this is a great excuse to basically just eat more Nutella, like you really needed an excuse anyway. Nutella serving a sugar overload.
I gotta have more.
Many kids grew up piling the Nutella on their toast or baked goods every morning, and parents were probably just happy their kids were eating something for breakfast. But in today's world, where everyone is hyper-focused on giving their kids healthy, balanced foods, Nutella technically shouldn't even make the cut. Forget about the war on sugary cereals. Nutella should probably be at the top of the enemies list. Each 2-tablespoon serving of Nutella contains about 21 grams of sugar. When you consider that each serving is actually 37 grams, this means that more than half of that serving is sugar. Not only is it full of sugar, but that 2-tablespoon serving also contains 200 calories and 12 grams of fat. Now, if you've been fooled by those commercials showing its simple ingredients like hazelnuts and skim milk, strategically leaving out the mountain of sugar and palm oil, you're not alone. At one point, Nutella was sued for $3 million by a mom who apparently had no idea Nutella wasn't as healthy as she thought because the advertising and commercials usually frame it as part of a nutritious breakfast. Now is a good time to start reading those nutrition labels. Just because something contains simple ingredients doesn't always mean it's healthy for you. It's made with sustainable palm oil. Palm oil has gained quite a negative reputation over the years for being an environmentally and socially damaging product. It's not really the product itself, but the practices used in obtaining and harvesting it. Palm oil is largely harvested from tropical forest lands in Indonesia, Malaysia, and South America. Often, these lands are destroyed in order to harvest the crop, leading to environmental damage, greenhouse gas emissions, and deforestation, resulting in biodiversity loss and habitat destruction for many endangered species. Additionally, some palm oil practices infringe on the rights of various indigenous peoples because these lands are cleared out and cultivated without the permission of those living there. However, don't go throwing shade at Nutella. They are aware of all of this. The company states that they are dedicated to environmental responsibility and that they use 100% RSPO certified palm oil in their products. RSPO stands for the Round Table on Sustainable Palm Oil, a nonprofit organization that upholds standards in sustainable palm oil practices around the world. Ferrero also has a 10-point palm oil charter that lists requirements for its palm oil suppliers. The bottom line? If you care about the environment and generally avoid products made from palm oil, you don't need to sacrifice Nutella. Breathe a big sigh of relief and dip that spoon back into the jar. You know you want to. Stick around and tap that screen for more great videos. Here for the first time? Then hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell.